was a rough
Hello,
transition.
everyone. Welcome to Split the Party. And tonight we have episode 3 of Power Rangers Zephyr Storm. My name is Anne Ramos. I am your game master for this evening. Thank you for hanging out with us today. First off, I would like the cast to introduce themselves, starting with Axel.
Hello, my name is Axel. I am a performer, makeup artist, and streamer for the meantime. You can find me on Instagram at Bebingto or my makeup account at axel.mua.
Excellent. Next, we have Benji.
Hey everyone, I'm Benji. I'm one of the cast members and content creators over at Split the Party. When I'm not rolling dice or crying over Premiere Pro, you can catch me and my co-host Brendan anywhere you listen to podcasts with Nothing Negative, which is a film review podcast that I co-host with the lovely Brendan. And on socials, you can find me at Banjic. There's 3 H's in there.
Excellent. Of course. And next up, we have Ash.
Hey, I'm Ash, and I make stuff. I'm not part of Split the Party. I just guest star here, apparently. I also have a podcast. It's called The Moral Dilemma of Recruiting Teenagers to Fight in an Intergalactic War, but that's a mouthful, so I've just shortened it to Power Rangers. You can find it on iTunes. I'm kidding, I don't have a podcast. I just make stuff. Also, hey, Kid Kerrigan, thank you for the raid, you fucking legend.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you for the raid. Thank you for trusting us with your community. And next up, we have George.
Hey guys, I'm George. You can find me at Sir Georgethy on Instagram and Twitter, or X. But you can also find me over on YouTube / Split the Party, where we've got a whole bunch of weird content. We're about to make a whole bunch of more weird content. Our chapter 5 going to start really soon, and it's next level. So yeah, check it out.
Great. And last, but certainly not least, Brendan.
Hello. Hey, I'm Brendan, or Brenzies, and I play Kevin Jacaranda, the Pink Ranger. And I also am a cast member of Split the Party, this lovely channel, also over on YouTube. And as Benji said, we also co-host a movie review podcast called Nothing Negative. Look it up on all of your beautiful podcasting platforms, and it's a real one, unlike Ash's. Though I'm sure Ash's will be amazing when it becomes fruition.
Shady.
I'd have to be happy with listening to the sound of my own voice on end, and I just can't do that.
It's rough.
Not many of us can.
Wonderful. Before we get started on today's adventure, some housekeeping. First of all, we are raising money for more art. Over the last couple of episodes, you have met our teenage heroes. Yes, teenage heroes. However, we are raising funds for more art. Got to pay the artists. We are looking to commission art of our Rangers' morphed forms. They are going to look awesome. So you enjoy what you're watching and you have the means to do so, throw a few dollars our way. It will level up the stream and level up our game and your experience. So !Ko-Fi in the chat will send you straight to where you need to go if you want to give us $. And last but not least, probably the most important thing we have today, Power Rangers Zephyr Storm is sponsored by Wooten Forge. Yay! Everybody give it up for our sponsor.
Woo!
Yay! Wooten Forge has a bunch of handcrafted wooden tabletop role-playing accessories, made out of this really nice solid wood. Really good magnets, apparently.
Amazing magnets.
Yeah, you got your dice trays, dice holders, and lovely coins, customizable, and has, you can put your logo in it. I have a coin with the Split the Party logo right here. So you can send them a logo that you want to use, and they will engrave a coin for you. So if you'd like to purchase own Wooten Forge accessories, exclamation mark Wooten Forge, you can get 10% off with our code Zephyr Storm. So just check out our affiliate link. Hopefully it'll show up in chat. I have no idea. That being said, there's only one thing left for me to say. Roll those opening credits.
It's morphin' time.
It's morphin' time.
God damn it.
It's fine.
Hey.
No, I was like...
How do you think about those
Alright,
intros? The big thanks to producer Matt for putting that together. That was amazing.
Yeah,
Also, shout out to
Shout out
L&L
to
covers?
L&L Covers, who did our theme music. It didn't have to rock that hard, but
Yeah,
it
it didn't have to
did.
go that hard, but it really did, right?
We go hard. It's all we do.
It is absolutely all we do. So, last time on Power Rangers Zephyr Storm, our teenage heroes got into a bit of a scrap with some metallic skeletal creatures, and disposed of them. They met a woman named Dulcea, who was confronted with a lot of questions by our teenage heroes, which, honestly, she just said, you know what? You look like you were the right age, and on my planet, you're considered adults. So deal with it.
Right place, right time. Right attitude.
It literally was. And so she info dumped a whole bunch of historical knowledge that, included evil monsters and fallen heroes. So each of the Rangers, after their first big fight, split up for the day, and then decided to go and train together.
figured out that there's no one-on-one communication with our morphers. It's an all or nothing kind of deal.
It's an open channel.
Yeah.
Which is annoying because
it's
of
really...
Kevin's IBS.
Listen.
Isn't Bennett the one who was on the toilet talking to us?
Yeah, and we heard it once, yet now we hear Kevin constantly.
Well,
Just love cheese.
you do have Andy, that sweet little robot. So if it was something that bothered you, you could in fact ask this highly intelligent automated neural digital interface to fix this problem
Kevin,
for
I
you.
shall
ask
never.
Andy for some
I will
lexicons,
never do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
But you did come across the simulation chamber where Ash was like, let's go hard mode and hack into these folders that we're not supposed to access.
Ash had nothing to do with this. Taylor took over.
Or, sorry, Taylor. My bad.
So
I need
good.
to
It's all good. I
I'm
just want you guys
sorry.
to know that I was possessed by the ghost of a teenager.
That
He's,
died
like,
in your
waste-
armor. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. One
Okay,
who's way
Taylor.
smarter than I am.
Taylor has decided to hack the machine to find the hard mode simulations.
Oh, that's right.
And that's where, yeah, no, Taylor was like, "Heh, you know what? These simulations are for noobs," and she hacked the folders, where the locked folders.
We were looking for information. That information just happened to be hard mode.
And we need to test
listen.
ourselves.
Instead
Yeah,
of a train
and
yard,
this-
we're doing the training room. But we're setting it to
Yeah,
train
we-
yard mode.
Yeah.
Train
hardest
train yard
mode.
mode.
The
Train yard
hardest
mode.
mode. It's train yard
We
mode.
have to fight oncoming trains.
I saw
Oh,
The
God.
Incredibles. Train yards where you train.
Okay, we'll work with that. So there was a question that was posed, and I thought it was funny that it happened, but I didn't have an answer at the time. And I'm the kind of GM that's perfectly willing to admit it. But like,
Yep.
what happens in this training simulation? When does it end? Like, does it end if everyone's defeated? Like, nobody actually knows how the
Yeah,
simulation room works. Except that there are training simulations classified as hard mode. And then there's another folder that's just like hella encrypted and you didn't know what that was and you're like,
I think the simulation ends when you need a new set of teenagers.
Pretty much, yeah. Or at least when you simulated would need those UT. It simulates you needing.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like Matrix scenario.
As far as Taylor's concerned, if it's a training simulation, then nothing bad can actually happen.
Yeah, Bennett
I
thinks
mean,
the
that's-
same thing.
This is
Whether
still a
it's right or
society,
wrong.
a training program from a society that recruits teenagers as soldiers. So
young
Yeah, we also have
adults.
superpowers now.
that's true.
Emphasis on the young part. Okay, so you come into the training simulation, you've hacked the thing. You all are just standing around the console by the door, and nothing's keeping you from walking out. You would need to, deactivate the simulation, but you could. No one's keeping you here. However, when you have to, once the simulation is started, you have to stop the simulation before you leave.
So we can't just hard eject out.
I mean, I guess it depends on how hard you get hit.
You
Just get straight through the wall.
However, you guys are currently unmorphed and you have not started the simulation. You have just Taylor has just finished unlocking hard mode, basically.
So I think that we had morphed before we started touching buttons because
Okay.
we don't know what the buttons are going to do. So
Okay,
we're gonna be smart about it and put on
then
our,
you are
put on our
that-
latex suits, latex lycra,
spandex.
spandex.
All of
Then
them.
you are in fact
Metal.
then you are in fact but you have not turned on the simulation yet. So it's up to you, Rangers. What do you do?
Pump it.
Kevin punches the button.
It says
Training
train yard. You just push the button.
Oh my god.
do this.
Okay, so here's how it goes. The button is pushed and you all start to see the environment shift around you.
Hell
And
yeah.
you are in a kind of desert like area.
This isn't a
And-
train yard.
No, it is not a train yard. It is
Heather, you
part
pressed the
of-
wrong button, man.
You pick the sand button.
Quiet. Guys,
Oh,
what's
this
that
is-
sound?
This is Tatooine.
Yeah,
Just saying.
It just goes Sahara,
It's
Tatooine, train yard.
it is entirely the wrong button. You can, when you look around you, from a distance you can see like a lush jungle, but like way off in the distance. And yeah, it seems eerily quiet at this point in the simulation. Then all of a sudden there is a giant wow, this is really hard to describe actually. I'm like I'm like, wait a minute, why did I pick this stat block? It is cursed. It is a giant, what is the size category in this? Let me, okay,
Is it
it's a
worm?
large. There's a large metallic creature with it's like a metallic armored shell.
Ooh.
And like it is a what are they, like metallic
beetle?
horns?
Is it like that? Is it like that Pokemon from Gen 2, the
Heracross?
that Heracross, the beetle?
With metal spikes coming out of its head.
Oh.
Yeah, like giant metallic monster like. Oh.
How big is this compared to us? Like, is he like towering over us?
Yeah. So it's one size category larger than you, and
Okay.
it's like 10 to 12 feet tall at the very least. Like, it's pretty big. It is a nasty looking metallic beetle-like creature. So
Bennett
I
shoots
would-
his blaster at it.
Who's got the more teams?
Ah! I think
Guys,
Bennett
are we
would
sure we
freak
don't want
out.
to start with easy mode?
Bennett, aim for the dick.
No, it's okay. Okay, guys, you just gotta walk in a pattern that's unpredictable. Kevin starts sliding his feet in random patterns across the ground.
Evan, that's more smart, more safe.
It's more tame.
okay. What I would like for you to do is roll initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all survive this, I will let you level up.
Oh
Deal.
my God.
Is initiative just a straight roll? I can't remember.
It's a great
It's
question.
it's a D20
it's-
plus your initiative skill. If you do not have the skill,
I
you
do not have
two
the
D20
skill.
Oh, there it is. It's-
and roll with and take the lower of the two D20s.
Oh,
Would
we're
you
rolling at
guys
disadvantage.
wait,
like
did
to
I?
follow my initiative?
Oh shit! Yeah, I did let you guys level to level 2. Okay, I thought I had forgotten that part. It's
We're
fine.
level 2?
We
I didn't
are.
know we were
What?
level 2.
No, we're level 1.
Yeah, we're...
Can't actually. I was like, wait a minute. Did I?
We're
I'm
about to
sorry.
fight like
I'm
level
a-
ones.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm
This is
a
funnier
professional.
if we go into it at level 1.
Yeah,
Well, I
as
mean, I
the
was like, wait a minute. Follow me is a level 2 ability. You don't have that yet.
that makes sense
Oh.
then. Okay.
Wow.
You don't get to
Bennett
lead
thought he was the
properly until
leader,
you've earned it.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Let's go. And so okay,
In
we'll
that
get
case-
started with George.
Yeah, I got a
Roll your-
16.
Excellent. Let me put that on the initiative board. Boom. Okay. Where did I put my pens? This is the sign of a real ADHD GM. Okay. So George has a 16. Choi.
13.
Oh god.
Actually, that's pretty
Oh,
great.
you kidding me?
Okay. Okay, so Bennett has a 16. Choi has a 13. Taylor.
19.
Very nice. Taylor? Sorry, words. Kevin.
That's a 3.
Okay, and Ven.
Did
I
Kevin just
got
go
a
into the
13.
void?
Yeah.
When
That's
he's on
what
a
it
grid.
sounds when he's just horrified with himself.
When he's in his helmet.
Yeah.
Okay, Ven?
I got a
Sorry.
13.
Excellent. Okay. Well, okay. This is great. Okay. Words. What is happening? Sorry, it takes me a moment to put together my initiative board.
That's okay.
Okay, nope, not great.
So it was
All
roll
right.
2 d20s, was it? And then
If
Uh,
you don't
no,
have ranks
if
in
you're-
initiative.
Yeah, okay, good, which I did.
You're- Yeah, and then you take the lower one.
Well,
if
I
you
rolled
do
2
not have it.
3s, so that it was just meant to be.
Oh, that's so rough.
Wow, your dice are absolutely bullying you today. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
He deserves it.
So this metallic armored beetle shows up in this simulated beach for you.
It's a Beetleborg.
I remember
No.
Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs are great. No, it's bigger and meaner and less colorful. It has a monochromatic kind of silver and gray like chromatic vibes. Not at all like a Beetleborg. In fact, yeah, it's just very evil. You don't want to mess with that.
Let's mess with it.
I mean, kind of the whole point. Taylor,
Yeah.
what do you do in this moment? You are the first in the initiative round. It is roughly 30 feet away from you.
Roughly 30 feet away. Sure, so Taylor's going to walk her whole 25 feet of movement up to it and turn back to the group and be like, guys, it's just a simulation. It's not going to hurt us. Watch. And then she's going to try and take a shot at it with her blaster.
Great.
Which is targeting. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Targeting your D20 plus your targeting.
I don't have targeting.
How does
Uh,
Taylor hold her pistol? Does she like do one hand?
She's not
both
even going to pull.
hands?
She's
Like-
not
Is
even
it
going to pull it out of the
sideways?
hole. She's not going to pull it out of the hole, so she's going to try and take a hip shot, which is probably why I rolled the
Oh.
12. So
I mean, 12's not bad. It
it
is.
just goes ping.
It definitely does not hit, but
Yeah, just
It
ricochets
is-
off.
yeah, absolutely. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Great.
it. That's her turn.
And then we are going to go with Bennett next. Look, there's a big giant metallic beetle. What are you gonna do about it, Bennett?
Bennett's going to shoot at it because that's his first thought and run 30 feet back.
Great. Okay, so give me your D20 plus your targeting on your blaster roll.
That would be an 8.
Shit. Just,
Yeah.
Did you just kill
8.
Taylor?
Yeah. No, you. Here's the thing. You shoot it, but the shot goes wide. It is very.
Bennett's not
Very
even looking when he
unfortunate.
does it. He's just running
You know,
back.
there's a bit of a. There's a slight bit of a panic there. It's, your shot goes wide. Don't think you have any free actions presently that you can do. You're just like backtracking, and you're like, nope, not ready for this.
not
And-
not doing this.
Nope. So Bennett nopes out of there. Choi and Ben, you are both on 13. What do you guys want to do, a team up thing, or do you want to? You
We can
can
team
choose
up?
who acts
Oh
for.
my god. Hell yeah.
Oh.
Like,
We are a
so-
team.
How does that work?
So you can either because you are on the same initiative, I would allow this really cool thing for you guys to do something together, combining your standard actions to do something fun. One of you could use your standard action to lend assistance, be a distraction, and grant the other person an upshift on their attack, or you could just come up with a really rad maneuver and I'll figure out what you guys have to roll for.
That's
it.
amazing. I love that. Also, we gotta hydrate everybody. So.
I have a question. With this,
Sure.
With this beetle guy,
Yeah?
with his armor,
Sure.
with the plates of armor, are they layered, or are they like end to end placed on his body?
Wait, let me take a look at this. They're like a puzzle, right? Like they've snapped together. They're
Oh,
not
so there's
like
weak
layered
points.
on top of each other's, but
Okay.
it's not like there's
Ooh.
space between the armor. It's like snapped together like a
But there are divots.
puzzle. There are divots, yes.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah,
Troy,
there are divots.
we need
I'm
to
gonna
hit
say.
it under the armor somehow.
I can distract.
To me then, chill. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Wait. Do you have a keen eye? Do you think you can shoot it? Like, / how's your targeting?
My targeting's like, it's okay. It's better
Me-
than bad.
Oh,
It's better
me
than
too.
bad.
You know
Yeah.
what? Me too. I'll distract. You shoot.
Okay,
Okay.
so 2 questions. Number 1, how does Choi distract this creature? Number 2, what is Ven's targeting skill die?
It's a D2.
Okay, so from Choi distracting this creature, he will take his standard action to lend assistance. You will roll a D4 with your D20, and Choi, please describe how you distract this big.
I try to simulate like a beetle mating dance that I would have learned
Oh,
in
nice.
Scouts.
What do they teach
Okay,
you in
so
Scouts?
here.
So much stuff.
Clearly.
don't they
So
teach
here's
you?
what.
I'm very impressed by your breadth of knowledge.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to ask you, Choi. I'm going to ask you to
Yes.
roll a D20 plus your performance. If you do
Can
not
do.
have ranks, it is a snag, which means you take the lower of 2 D20s. 'Cause this
Okay.
is hysterical.
I do have a D2
No.
in
Performance.
performance.
Excellent. I hope you roll well.
I rolled a 3, so natural 1 and a 2.
Oh my god.
Oh my
That's a
goodness.
shame because it totally would have worked if you had rolled better. However,
Good to know.
then
It's
They're
not
just
horny.
not his type.
then no, it tilts its head at Choi and looks very confused. However, it is still distracted, which means Ben gets the upshift on their attack,
Okay.
and they
Um,
are able to shoot.
Great. I'm going to aim for, I think. Is he standing still? I assume so?
He hasn't had the chat. He has
He's just spawned.
appeared,
just
and he's just spawned. So it's
staring.
yeah. This is like within the same however many seconds. It's
Sick.
not very long. You basically catch this thing as it spawns, and
Cool. I'm going to very specifically aim for one of the ridges of the armor connections on its chest. I assume there is.
okay. So you're not planning on moving towards it or anything, correct?
No, I'll move forward. It'll give me. I assume
It
might-
is 30 feet.
Ben thinks it
It's
helps.
30. It's 30 feet away, so you're within blaster range if you don't want to move. If you do not move, you're able to use a free action, one of your free actions, to aim, which will give you 1 shift up, which means you
Yeah,
would roll
I'll
a
aim
d6.
and shoot.
Hmm.
Okay,
Cool. So it's plus a
Um,
d6.
it is your d20 plus your d6. Yeah, and this will essentially.
Drop. Okay, that is a 14.
It's not bad.
Not bad. Not
Yeah.
bad.
So it takes the blast, and it doesn't look like it was affected by it just because it is so heavily armored. It's a good shot, but not good enough. It just continues to loom menacingly 30 feet away at you.
Anyone else got any ideas?
I
I
think
really don't think it can hurt us, Fen.
Is this not working?
It's just like a hologram, right?
you can't distract it like that. You gotta get out there like this. Kevin, is it Kevin's go now?
No.
Oh,
This beetle creature is gonna start
makes sense.
being forward. However, it is large and slow and stops 25 feet of movement.
So did it just like walk over Taylor? Because
No,
Taylor
wait,
was
is
like stopped in
Taylor-
front of it. Taylor walked up to it and just stood in front of it.
Oh, Taylor.
And shot it from
went
Yeah,
point blank.
Okay, wait. I thought Taylor shot it. Okay, no.
Yeah, from point blank.
Taylor-
From point blank range.
Taylor tried to execute it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor
I didn't
doesn't
realize.
believe it can do any harm. Kill
y-
her. It's gonna be hilarious.
Roll. Roll. Okay. Roll a d20 plus acrobatics for Taylor.
Oh, I have a thing for that.
Right.
8.
As this giant creature stomps around, you get caught up in a bit of a shockwave, and you are slightly off balance. You know, like it. You get caught up in a bit of a rumble as it stomps off, and it's just like it's not very smart, but it is there, and it is approaching menacingly towards Ven and Choi. Mostly just Ven, because Ven just was like trying to shoot it. And
Yay.
You guys,
the-
it didn't do anything. I was right there. It could have slapped me. It didn't do anything. Therefore, this isn't gonna hurt us.
Didn't do anything to you.
I was right there, Ven. You'll be fine. I really don't think it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna be great.
let me see.
Worst case scenario, what's your parents' phone number, just in case?
Oh my god.
They can come pick us up.
Are we feeling the storm yet?
This is the storm.
Well,
You guys reckon we can summon lightning?
there's one more thing. There's one more thing that happens. You
Oh,
probably won't
It's
you
so
probably
too
won't
soon.
like this part.
Choi dies.
20 more beetles come out of the ground.
It takes one step towards
Oh.
Ven and self-destructs. Shockwave destroys the training center.
Shrapnel
ooh.
shreds through your insides.
Oh. Okay. Well, here's the thing. This beetle has friends.
Ah.
This beetle conjures up 4 of those skeletal figures that you fought earlier.
Oh,
Right
Skelly
next
boys.
to it.
Buddies.
I mean, these are the foot soldiers. These are your versions of the putties, and
Yeah.
one attempts to
The Skellies.
one attempts to deck Taylor because she's right there.
She's being a loudmouth.
She's just like, I mean, I did say this creature wasn't smart, but you know.
Still has ability.
Does a 16 hit Your evasion or your toughness?
Yes, it hits for both of those. Fuck me up. Let's go.
You take 1 point of blunt damage as this one random skeletal figure just decks you in the face. Yeah, so
Did it hurt?
good
You
question.
punched me in the helmet, mate. That's like the hardest part of everything that I'm wearing. Why would you aim for the hard part?
Not
These
very
guys aren't
smart.
very smart.
Okay, so so we have.
Next
No,
one
you know
gut
what?
punches you. You're like, oh.
I thought you were going to say guts. I was just like, oh, shit.
Kicks you in the
Okay, we're
fucking
gonna
shin.
we're gonna say 4 of them show up because I don't want to be too mean and yeah.
No, be
One
me.
drops down and
Wait,
cuts your
we-
Achilles. Like,
Democracy
Is
goes.
that No, I decided to round. I did decide to round up. So yes, you're not that lucky. So 4 of them. Yeah, the other ones are just kind of hanging back, waiting for the big guy to tell them what to do because they are basically being controlled by this big doll. They are positioning themselves to get in everyone's face, but they are not attacking presently. There's 3 of them. They're very dumb. Also, hi Kitty.
yeah. Out of the string.
It's Kevin's turn. Kevin is still, 30 feet. Well, no.
25?
He's actually 5 feet away, and it's probably not good for him to be 5 feet away from this big crowd. So you do have the opportunity to use your movement to reposition.
Kevin turns to the others and says, "You gotta distract it. Take out the big ones, and it'll get rid of the ads." I learned that from World of Warcraft. He pulls.
Oh God.
Bennett, take the opportunity, and he pulls. He reaches down, grabs a fistful of sand. Naruto runs up to the beetle and throws the sand in its face.
Bennett shoots Kevin.
Oh my God.
Sorry,
no,
he does grab 2 fistfuls of sand. Then Naruto runs.
I will say-
and then throws
I
the
will
sand.
say that's a free action to throw one of your free actions. You're very
nice.
nimble. As
Oh,
a Pink Ranger,
yes.
you have the opportunity to do that. You also have a standard action, and I believe 2 or 3 more free actions. What is your speed value again? Your speed score?
It's a great question. 15? 5.
Okay, yeah. So you have 2 more free actions, but you also have a standard action.
Okay. All right. So Kevin.
It is a free action to summon a weapon or holster your blaster.
Okay. All right. All right. So this is what happens. Kevin says, "We gotta distract him," and then we can, distract him. Take down the big ones. Get rid of the ads. He grabs 2 fistfuls of sand. Naruto runs up, throws them at what he thinks is its face. I don't know if it has a clear face or anything like that.
It does have a clear face, red, menacing eyes.
Then he tries to do a flip backwards while unholstering his Zephyr pistol and wants to fire off a shot as he jumps backwards after throwing sand in its face.
Okay, because it's cool, I'm going to ask you 2 things.
Okay,
Number 1, I would like to ask for an acrobatics check,
I'll allow it.
which is a d20 plus acrobatics, and then I would like you to follow it up with your targeting.
Why didn't I put points in acrobatics?
I mean, I told you as a Pink Ranger it would be
Yeah, that would have
extremely
made
relevant.
sense. Yeah. Can we change
Well,
that
I
on a
mean,
level up?
it's,
No,
I mean,
you'll deal with it.
listen, where did you put your points, though? That's what I want to know.
Infiltration,
No.
it seems.
Well, somebody had
That was
to
an
have done that.
11.
Okay. You flip away from this creature. Now give me your targeting.
Targeting.
It doesn't. It's
Oh,
pretty
that's plus a
basic. You
D4.
don't look that cool. You don't look that cool. It's pretty
Kevin's
basic.
still used
but-
to his normal weight. He doesn't quite get a flip. He just kind of like falls backwards. He's still throwing sand while doing it. Oh, that is a 20 plus 2 on the shot, on the targeting. So a nat 20 plus a 2 on my d4 because I had a d4.
Actually, roll me a d6 as well because you are dealing energy damage, which means you get to roll one higher. One die higher.
That's a.
Did you get higher than a 2?
I got a 5.
Excellent. You did not max out on any of your skill die, which means it's not a crit, but you do.
Yeah.
Your Zephyr Blaster. Poof. You shoot your Zephyr Blaster, and it hits against the armor and sparks, and you see this beetle kind of. It's not that it gets thrown back that much, but there is a bit of a like
Recoils a bit.
reaction. Yeah, just a mild recoil. So that is what happens. It does take the damage. So it has taken 2 points of damage, one from Taylor and one from
Kevin.
yeah, one from Kevin. Well done,
Hit it?
Kevin.
With a 12?
No, it was a
I
20.
rolled a 12. I don't think I hit.
Oh, no, you didn't. Sorry. Okay, well
Yeah,
then
no.
Kevin gets the first shot. Sorry.
Guys,
Wow. For
energy
some reason,
energy seems to work on it. And I think
sorry,
the
for some
sand's
reason
really
I thought
good.
you hit 14. The sand's really good.
I think it's weak to sand.
We're
It's just
Skywalker.
I
Yeah.
hate it here. Fuck sand. And okay, we go again to Taylor. Back up on top of the initiative order.
Okay. I will activate Zephyr Staff because I think this is going to be funny, and I want to run up behind this thing and
Okay.
be like, I don't think this is going to work, and I want to try and whack it in the back of the knee to try
Okay.
and stagger it a little bit.
Expose its belly.
Just get
Great.
it down onto one knee, you know?
Yeah.
It
So
doesn't
that
matter
would
if I
be-
use might or finesse because I've got the same dice for both.
Okay.
Let's go with might. I'm going to go with this strong boy.
You're gonna
Uh,
put your back into that swing like
Yeah.
baseball bat style. Get him in the kneecaps. Okay.
Yeah.
Very well.
Okay. I did roll a 17. Does that count?
Yes.
Oh,
So,
cool.
You grab your Zephyr staff, and you're holding it with 2 hands and just get him in the knees. You hear the sound of metal colliding against metal when you hit it, and
Boom.
it feels really satisfying. And you see the beetle kind of bend at the knees a little, like as if you'd gotten it, but then straighten itself up again. But
Well,
it
I did my best.
you did do your best, and it's, it is starting to get a little frustrated, and now it's really taken notice of you.
Can I just, as a free action, just start tapping on it with the stick? Just to annoy it. Just tap on its chassis.
What's the structure of this?
Yeah, is it hollow?
Going
Can I suss? Is it
you
hollow
hear-
or is it?
You hear clonk clonk. It feels very solid, like there's solid.
Taylor's playing steel
Um,
drums.
There's organs
Yeah,
inside this
don't-
thing. Yeah.
There's stuff in there. You don't know what stuff, but there's stuff in there. Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett's going
But-
to probably following Kevin's lead, shoot at the thing, the main big bug-looking thing, and run another 30 feet backwards.
If you okay, yeah, because you're like, oh,
Isn't he
it got
supposed to
way
be the
too close.
tank?
He hasn't
Bennett just collides with the wall of the train.
gained his bravery yet.
And you listen. We are working on that. Okay,
Called character
Bennett's a-
development, Brendan.
You know, Bennett is
Oh,
a work in progress.
I-
Okay, so
He's a coward.
I just got
I
a
mean,
22.
Oh.
20 on my D20 and a 2 on my D2.
yeah,
Oh,
okay.
that's like a
Wait,
crit,
are you-
super
Is that the
crit?
first crit
Crit.
of the stream?
I don't know if it's a
No, it
crit
is
'cause
not.
it's a D2.
You can
Oh,
we
right.
cannot crit on a D2. You have to roll at least a D4,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate. But you do. What does happen is when you hold on. Let me double check something really quick about the damage that your
Yeah.
blaster does, because everybody has a little special something. Because I am a wonderful and lovely benevolent GM.
Mine is 1 fire.
Sorry, they each have. Okay, no. Nope, you don't get that. Because this is a big tanky enemy. You're not going to get that bonus, unfortunately. You just. But you do. The metallic plate on its armor starts to turn like red. Like it's heating up. So you
Ooh.
see that the fire has taken hold of the armor a little bit before it fades away, and it leaves sort of like a, I don't know, mildly melted aesthetic on the shoulder plate before it
Ooh.
disappears. Yeah, and you're just like back that up, or backing it up. Right. Yeah. Choi and Ven at initiative 13. What do you guys got? There's like 4 annoying skeleton guys and a giant beetle.
Where are the skeleton guys in comparison to myself and Ven?
You've got one in front of Ben. You've got one that's like next to the beetle that hasn't done anything. You have a third one where Taylor is, and yeah, there's a there is a fourth one that looks real disappointed because Bennett ran away. And so yeah, that's where everybody is. Like roughly 25 feet away from Bennett is one, and depending on where Bennett has run in relation to Choi and Ven,
Complete
that'll determine
opposite,
where
yeah.
yeah. So it's, you've got one to deal with and one that is 10 that has been spawned 10 feet away from you. So there's 2 that are immediately threatening.
I will activate my Zephyr hammer. I go Zephyr hammer, and it goes out of the morphin grid,
Nice.
and I
Yeah.
grab it and I run towards Taylor and I attack the one that's in front of Taylor.
Was because I run up to the back of the big beetle dude. Is there? Didn't
Yeah.
I just leave one behind? Or
You
is
did.
there just another dude that's flanking
It's
him?
behind you.
Okay.
It was behind you. You decided to be obnoxious to the big guy, and it's there. It was conjured there by the big guy because he was like, this little brat is annoying. Oof. Yeah. Okay. So you run after this guy. I will say that is a attack for hammer. You would also be no, you wouldn't be too far away to attack the big guy. So that is not the right reference sheet. Yeah. That's it. I would like for you to roll your d20 plus your finesse skill, please.
No problem.
Are you attacking with two-handed or one-handed?
Two-handed always.
Absolutely. Go for it. It doesn't make it any easier to hit, but it does hit harder. Let's go.
Perfect. A 10.
Well done.
You do not. You try to slam down on this skeleton figure with your hammer, and you do not. You miss it altogether, and you're just like, well, damn.
I'm trying to help. It hits sand, just sinks right in.
However, you now have given Taylor some backup back there. Ven, what do you want to do?
Saw that, Choi.
Just to confirm, how far am I away from the big guy?
You are
30 feet,
Fuck.
aren't you? I don't think you've moved.
Yeah, I think he moved.
No,
close
it
to
walked
me.
up to her, to them though.
Oh, then 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Ven hit them, and then
Yeah.
Ven hit the big guy, and then it was like
the big
Yeah.
big guy.
Come on over.
Okay, but normal
Yeah.
like.
And the-
Like,
Oh no! I hydrated so hard that there's no more water. Feels bad, man.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm going to. I'm gonna summon my blade.
Yeah, you okay, you get some fun stuff going on because you actually are dual wielder in this group. So
Ooh.
One for each hand.
you also have a real fun thing you can do. So if you go up because the big guy is 5 feet away, but then has summoned backup. Get up to the big guy. You can also try to hit one of his minions, essentially.
Yeah,
You can
sick.
and you've got this really fun thing called this triple strike attack that you could attempt to do with your daggers.
I would love to.
All right. You do it with style because what is Ven if not stylish?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna.
They just stylishly get up to the enemy.
Yeah, maybe I'll run up and do a roll in the sand.
There's a
I'm
backflip,
gonna.
maybe.
Oh yeah, I'll do a backflip.
Power Rangers don't walk; they backflip.
Clearly. Yeah, I'll go up to the big guy and get real close, and I'm gonna, because my gun didn't seem to work last time. Ven doesn't, because Axel
Yeah.
rolled low. But I will try and stab one of my daggers into like one of the ridges in the armor, close to like its ankle or something like, or wherever I can reach,
Yeah.
and still put some force behind it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna penalize you for a called shot, but what I am gonna do is if you manage to do you manage to hit it exactly where you want to hit it, I would like for you to roll a d20 plus your finesse skill die, please,
Isn't it?
which I believe is a d4.
It is. It is a D4. Okay. That's a 14 plus a 4.
Oh, okay. So that is a crit, number one, because you rolled a 4 on your d4. Congratulations, first crit.
You cut.
So
I'm
you
stabbing.
get, well, I mean, you did a stab, so you get right under the armor plated part. It's like it fits like a a puzzle, but you do manage to hit it right where the plates meet, and you stab it, and you also deal 2 sharp damage. You double that damage, and because you're doing a triple strike attack, you can do that again, or you can attack the skeleton guy right next to the
I'll use my second attack on the big guy again and try and stab my other dagger in, like, right next to my first one, and if I can, see if I can kind of, like, use the leverage on the knives to try and, like, force a bit of a crack or something into the armor.
Ooh,
Sure.
Cool.
Ben's very optimistic. It's like
Does-
trying to open a can or
Good.
something, you know?
Does blood spray out?
Does this dude have blood?
Ah!
No, it's
It's
sparks.
so gross.
It's a metallic. It's a metallic creature. It's a metallic robotic creature. There's definitely no blood. Right. Another finesse attack roll, please.
Oh, right.
All you gotta do is
Oh,
crit.
I crit again. I got a 7 plus a 4.
Nice.
Okay, that in order to crit, your attack has to hit, and
damn.
an 11
Wrecked.
does not hit.
Rough.
However, you do have a follow-up attack. That one is using your follow-up die, which is a D2. So you can attempt to kick it in the junk, or like roundhouse kick it as a follow-up attack. Something to do. As a follow-up attack, because attacked with your weapons. So, that third attack is slightly weaker at this point because it's just like a knee to the leg or whatever, right? You can decide what that looks like. But you do have a third attack. With a
Cool.
D2.
Yeah, so I got a 2. I went odds and evens for...
It's a D20 plus your follow-up attack.
D20 plus
die.
my follow-up. Let me roll that again. Oh, that's an 11. on
Yeah,
my
no, you
core die.
got it good underneath that armor, but because you got your dagger slightly stuck there for a moment, your other attacks are not as effective. So you, because of your connection to the grid, you're able to zero for you to pull away. It's almost like you can just plunger. You can
we got
recall
another
your
hydrate,
dagger.
but normal like.
Oh, I'm out of water. I'm busy GMing and can't hydrate normally.
Oh,
Someone hydrate extra for me.
I'll hydrate.
Excellent. I love that. Right then, Ven, you had a successful turn. Bravo. First crit of the game. So Silverhorn has essentially decided to back fist Taylor behind it because it is starting to get on his nerves just a little bit. She is just being real obnoxious. And you're yeah, I am going to say that 17 hits. Taylor. When Taylor just sees
let's go.
a
Hello.
fist it's just another blunt damage, but this guy is not having it right now.
No. Hit her harder. It's fine. I think this will be a good lesson for her.
No,
Just keep hitting her. She does
and
not
then
believe that this will hurt.
I mean, there are worse things that could hurt. Okay. What is I probably should have read this. Oh? Okay. Sorry. It just took me a moment to understand what the heck this was. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and I think for the next attack, he turns his attention to
Sure.
rest of the because Choi and Taylor are kind of behind him, but there is a
I guess Kevin has done damage to him.
Yeah. So, okay. What? I think that it hits. Okay. So within a 10-foot radius of this creature, there is a kind of an aura of electric energy that manifests itself around it, and Taylor, Choi, and Ven each take 1 electric damage, and
Yeah. Oh, it's a bug zapper.
Not
I
bad.
mean, kind of.
Sorry, I accidentally connected to the chat on my desktop, so it booted me out of the mobile chat.
Oof.
Sorry, 1 electric damage, you said?
Yeah, just from this emanating aura of electricness. Yeah, and that is it. The Skeletron, one Skeletron that tries to defend its creator, and
Mistake.
oh man, listen, this is absolute balls. Yeah, no, 5 would not hit Ven in any reality.
Phew.
But it tries to hit Ven and is just absolutely garbage.
Ben's ducking and weaving.
I mean, they are pretty speedy. There's 2 Skeletron that decide they look at each other, and there's this like fuck this moment, and they go chasing after Bennett. 'Cause, like, wait a minute.
He's a moving target, so he's causing some
Bennett and Kevin are the ones who were trying to keep their distance, but they're like, "Hey, wait a minute, we're not done with you." They're gonna. Okay. So
Do the skelly metal skelly guys, do they move like stiff robot people, or are they like full Power Rangers like minion, like flailing their limbs as they're running around? Like
they are like the metallic versions of like the putties. So they're basically just like they're armored metallic foot soldiers that are just skeletons. So does an 18 hit Bennett's toughness or evasion?
Yes, both.
Okay, Bennett gets decked in the face for 1 blunt damage from the skeleton guy.
Damn,
Does an 11 does an 11 hit
How does that you?
Kevin Kevin's toughness or evasion?
it does not.
Kevin just like whoop, can't touch me. Great.
Kevin does a ballerina spin. He's like, "What was that?"
Ballerina spin that leads into like a Sailor Moon pose.
Yes, yeah.
So it tries to punch Kevin, and Kevin just spins in the direction of the punch. So it just looks like this kind of goofy anime thing where it
I
looks
am the
like
Beyblade.
oh my god, I am the Beyblade.
I'm the Blue Dragoon.
Kevin, it is your turn.
All right, Kevin's got someone right up on him now, right?
Yeah, but you can in fact move away and be like, no, get out of my personal space, because that's what Pink Rangers do.
That's true. Well, Kevin will jump back away and then he'll reach into his grid.
Interdimensional space.
His interdimensional space, and pull out a pink boomerang. And then
Hell yeah.
he pulls out, he's like, Zephyr Storm! Boomerang! Ugh!
I
Flaming
I
Galar Jutsu! And he powers it up with a pink energy because he can choose the energy type, the damage type that his weapon does. So instead of doing a blunt damage, it can do energy damage. That's what it says on my character sheet, I think.
Hold on, let me double check. Oh yeah, you can in fact declare your energy type.
Yeah, so Flaming Galar
It's
is
just so
what
fun.
is when he's charging it up with the
The energy damage.
yeah.
So
nice.
here's what I'll have you do. You also have a fun thing you could do. You could do some volleys, and because
Because
you're
I've moved, am I
you're-
allowed to do it though? That's,
oh no, wait, you can't. My
Yeah,
bad.
that's,
You can still attack once though. It's really
Yeah.
rad. You do get an upshift for switching your damage type to energy, so you
Oh, that's good.
roll one die higher. I keep forgetting that certain energy types give you bonuses, so I'm trying to be better at
Cool.
telling you guys that.
No, that's awesome.
gave-
Yeah.
Ever been that person who gives people gifts and then forgets what gifts they gave them? Because that's literally me right now. So go ahead and roll with your upshift, which means you roll with a d6 now.
Yeah.
So it's a d20 plus your d6.
Yes, thank you. Beautiful.
Run, Kevin, run!
Ah! Are you kidding
Uh,
me? Oh, that's a nat
Oh
1
no!
on my d20.
Would you like to spend
Sucks to suck.
one of the tables?
Whoa,
one of
no.
the
Yes.
tables. One of the table's story points to reroll a 1, because if you look at your cheat sheet at the very bottom,
I
you
did
can
see
in
that.
fact do that.
How
Okay.
does story points work? Do they reset at the end of the day? Like, what?
You earn them.
Story points work is that at the beginning of every session, you the table gets 1 per player, and then at the beginning of every scene in the session, I will roll a d2 and replenish your story points.
Okay, so this is like this. If I use 1 now, it could easily be replenished for the next time we need 1.
Go on, Brendan.
I mean,
Use your
it
story
can be
point.
replenished, but yeah, certain GMs that I adore and love forget to replenish after every scene. But
Okay.
it's 1d2.
Okay.
You can get 1 or 2 back, but you can also, in certain instances, just take the natural 1 and gain a story point instead if it's like a roll that's, But in combat, yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Well, for the
natural
sake of
1.
showing how the game's played, I'll use the story.
Oh,
points
yeah,
to
yeah.
reroll. Do I reroll the
It is.
D6 as well, or just
No,
the 20?
you only reroll the d20.
That was a 16 on the second roll, plus 5.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so the boomerang flies off your hand with a skilled flick of the wrist. So which one are you targeting?
I'm gonna target the guy that was just up in my guts. That was right up in my grill. So
Yeah,
Right up in
you
the
see-
guts.
so Kevin basically kicked, did a ballet spin, and then kicked off of the guy's shoulder. And is doing a backflip and is pulling out his flaming galar boomerang mid-flip to fling it at the guy. At least if I'm allowed to do that, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, you totally can. Oops. Right. So you see your boomerang come around and you think it's about to miss, but it actually hits it and hits the skeleton in the back of the head
Beautiful.
as your boomerang comes back, and you're just like, pretty awesome.
I am the senpai.
I mean, you could be. Yeah. I mean, they're looking pretty good. There is a rumbling. It starts off low, quiet, and becomes progressively louder. Oh my god, are you guys doing the camera thing? Yeah. It's shaking, and then from 30 feet behind Taylor, oh my gosh, there is a huge thud of landing.
Thud.
Yeah. We are going to take a
Ooh.
minute break, and we're gonna find out what the
Yeah.
The
hell that was
suspense.
all about.
Ad break on the cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's
Is it?
They'll see her
we'll
just
be
fucking
back.
Iron Man dropping.
We'll be back in 15 minutes, 10 minutes. How long are these things?
Like
We'll be
10
back after
10
these.
10's fine.
Okay, we'll be back after these messages.
Hello.
Fun, and we're back to Power Rangers Zephyr Storm, where our 5 young heroes are in a training simulation, and a new challenger has arrived with a loud thud. And before you guys can react, don't like that.
Oh,
Oh, I definitely don't like that. Okay.
bring it on.
All feel, well, I mean, it's good for me, not so much for you guys. You guys feel a shock wave as as this large creature descends and lands. What is everyone's willpower?
Ooh.
Willpower defense.
15.
15.
12.
16.
Oh!
Well, here's the problem. I rolled a 17 with a 6 on a d6.
Hell yeah.
Y'all get blasted, and you guys feel this sensation in your heads through your helmets, and you take 2 points of sonic damage right to the noggin. And I would like
Not
for
good.
Ben, Choi, Kevin, and Taylor to roll a d20 plus their alertness. And
Taylor doesn't
for
need to roll
Bennett-
anything because she is unconscious.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Well then, Bennett, I would like for you to roll a d20 plus your survival.
That is 19.
I don't even think to look at this new arrival. Your gut instinct says, turn the simulation off. uh,
Yeah, I just start
But
screaming, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. And I'm like fetal positioning.
your alertness?
Not me.
Yeah. What did you
My,
roll for
Well, Axel's
alertness?
alertness is not great.
For Ven. I'm specifically picking on Ven, don't worry.
Oh, sick. Cool. That's a 13 plus a 1.
Okay, you in the dust cloud that it makes when it lands, you barely make it out. But you squint behind your helmet. There's visuals up on your HUD. And you're just like, is that a sphinx? Choi, what's your result?
21.
Oh yeah, you're like, I can see through that cloud. It's a freaking sphinx. But the thing that is the most notable to you, and probably the loudest after you hear the thud, is Bennett losing his shit, wanting to turn off this simulation. He doesn't even move to try to find the panel to turn it off. He just has a legit meltdown. Taylor is unconscious, just got knocked out by this simulation.
Yeah, Taylor was just like, see guys, it's not that.
This is not good. This is the part that is the hard mode part of the simulation.
Kill
So
the party.
what,
Make Dulcia
and Kevin-
regret ever hiring us.
Kevin? What did you roll for alertness? Just curious.
9, a 7 plus a 2.
Definitely can make out whatever that large figure is, but what you can hear is your buddy Bennett having a meltdown.
Yeah.
You can definitely hear that with a 9, and he is basically just begging for the simulation to turn off, but he does not move to turn. I feel like with a 19 though, he can choose to get up and move. Like the survival instinct kicks in, and he's like, I'm just gonna go turn the shit off. Like he has that moment. So he can have that meltdown as you choose, but it's also like you technically passed that check, so you can in fact just get up and be like, after you've had your meltdown, be like, I'm done. If you choose to. You know that
Kicking
it's
around
a
at the sand for
simulation.
the
You
door.
are aware. Well, you have to turn it off. That's the problem. You have to find the power button first. But you can, in fact, stop this nightmare. This nightmare simulation hell. It's up to you. How do you want this to play out?
Benji?
No, Bennett.
Oh,
Ben,
Bennett.
sorry.
Oh,
It's very
my bad.
confusing
No.
because we have a Benji,
Sorry, I thought I
we have a
said
character Bennett, and then we have Ven. So I'm just like,
Ben,
Yeah, I've done
who
that a
is
couple of
being
times.
talked to right now.
I'm sorry. I thought I'd said Bennett,
Yeah.
and
You
then
probably did.
Yeah,
Bennett, Bennett
Yeah,
I-
so
yeah,
it's just
it's
like,
okay.
PTSD just
it's like that
manifested in front of
TV
him.
show, 2.5
Yeah.
Ben.
Then,
right.
then,
So
Bennett is going to try and work out how he could shut off the simulation, but what he's going to be doing is just beating things around him, so that if something turns out to be a control pad, he might hit it. But he's just like smacking rocks, smacking trees around him, tearing up grass.
yeah, you can roll an alertness to see if you find this button. Where is this damn button?
I'll try, yeah.
Yeah, a d20 plus your alertness skill, please.
11? D2? 2 on the D2 and 9?
I mean, see the appropriate panel, but there's a few buttons in there. So you don't quite get it right away, but you eventually you do that video gamer move, like button mashing everything, and you anime style button mash everything until you hit the button. Everything disappears, and you're back in this absolutely empty white room, empty space. Question for Taylor. So Taylor just went unconscious, did
Brain
not
damage.
demorph in the simulation with 1 health, right? Just straight up unconscious. That
So
is a
I had
choice
4
you can
health
make.
and I've taken 5 damage, so.
Yeah, you can choose to unmorphed at 1 or passed out at 0, but still morph.
I'll
That is
take
a
the
choice.
0 one because it's funnier.
Okay, so you see Taylor's just sprawled out unconscious.
Taylor's having a nap.
Ah!
Yeah, Ven's gonna immediately rush over to provide first aid to Taylor. And just make sure she's breathing, like take
So-
off her helmet, like
And Bennett yells, "Wait, don't touch her! What if she's got
Jeez.
some kind of
Okay,
alien illness?
I think it was
I
a
have a question.
simulation.
Does anybody have a rank in science?
Troy,
Yes.
maybe.
I
Oh.
have science and then a sub rank in medicine.
Nice.
Ah, very nice. Okay, so what I want you to do is, okay, I'm gonna say you have a first aid kit, because Ven has
Well, I'd just be checking
all of,
vitals first. Yeah, I just have
yeah,
so
but
many
I'm
things.
gonna say that Ven would have
Yeah,
a
makes
first aid
sense.
kit.
I need a
First-
way to tend to hot glue burns.
First aid kit
Yeah.
that doubles as a
And-
sewing kit.
Yeah.
Listen, Ven is just prepared. Most prepared non-scout ever. Okay, so I would like for you to roll a d20 plus your science. How many ranks in science do you have?
So I have
Just
a
the one,
D4 in science, and then it says medicine D2. I don't know what I meant when I wrote that down, but I'm sure you
No,
can
no,
decipher
no.
that.
You do not. Okay, so okay. You can remove the D2 part. So what happens
cool.
is
That's confusing.
you
anyways.
roll. Yeah. So you roll a D4 and a D2 basically when you do your medicine checks, because the specialization in medicine means that you roll all of the skill die. So if you have like a D6 in science,
Mhm.
if you roll a first aid check, a medicine check, you would roll a D6, a D4, and a D2. So that's
Okay.
how specializations work. You just roll all of the dice and then
Oh, I
hope
think that's
that
what I
one
meant
of-
by add in it's a D4 and a D2
Yeah,
that I'm rolling.
yeah, that's
I'm
what
working myself
that's what-
out. We're figuring this out as we go.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
Okay.
So I would like for you to roll. Okay. Let me double check something really quickly. Because I know I'm the kind of person that gives my players gifts and forgets what gifts they are. Okay, no, caretaker. Okay, perfect. You also have an edge. So you roll
Oh.
2d20, you take the highest one, and then you roll all of the skill dice, the d2 and the d4.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. So I rolled a 14 as the edge. And then 2 1s on the skill dice. Wish
Yes.
granted.
You rolled a 15. So you have this instinctively you just conjure up, because you're still morphed, you conjure up a med kit from your interdimensional morphing grid space. You pull it from the grid and you check on Taylor and check the vitals, check for any injuries, and you actually manage to help restore 2 health to Taylor. You that she's probably gonna feel a little sore, maybe be a little bruised from the simulation, but nothing overly serious. She's fine. She's just gonna have to rest a little bit. It was a rough
Come
go.
back to consciousness.
You do.
Guys, I think I saw God. God's a hot alien wearing leather. Oh God, what happened? I mean, we
We
won,
got our
right?
shit rocked.
Bennett,
No,
We
I
got
think it was
absolutely
fine.
cooked.
Bennett,
You
No,
got
Power
absolutely
Rangers.
cooked.
I
Yeah,
think we
you
had it.
were.
I
Yeah.
think we had it. Just
I
saying.
think
Yeah,
we were really, really close. And we
Yeah,
are
it
not
was
going to
great.
rest until we get that.
yeah, Ven, the way that you started prying the
Bennett.
armor plates off, that was amazing.
Yeah, Bennett, when you ran away like a coward, that was good strategy.
Yeah, I survived. You should all be taking my lead.
Kevin,
And
do you
that's
know
why
that
I
bit?
am the leader of this group.
What do you mean you're the leader of this group?
I think
I thought Taylor was the leader of this group.
No, it says it in
Why do
my.
you think that I don't want to be the leader of the group? I have a ghost in my helmet that talks to me.
I
Oh.
pull off a little thing on my armor piece that just says leader underneath it, and I'm like, I think there's some kind of weird language here that says leader.
Um,
Is it English, but you're just reading it upside down?
Maybe Taylor and Troy could lead together.
I don't
Let's
want to
roll
be a leader.
chemistry.
No.
I don't really want to be, a soldier in an intergalactic war, but I don't have a choice in that, apparently.
Hold on.
God told me that.
I'll try to contact Andy through my headset.
Bennett,
Yeah,
red means stop, and green's to go. So the leader has to go and lead us.
I think that
yes.
I think that Ven should be our leader.
If we're
Ven
going by
knows the
traffic light
scoreboard.
system, yellow
Yeah,
means stop
Ven-
and think about it.
Yeah, Ven's our leader.
Ven's our leader because
Yeah.
Ven is clearly the most prepared out of all of us.
Yes.
And also,
plus-
they did like,
Oh
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but
Yeah.
they started digging the armor off of that giant bug thing.
yeah.
Like,
What were those things
that's
that you
brilliant.
were those kunai that you summoned?
Actually, and this is something I cleared with Anne before we even started streaming. They're just they mostly just look like fabric scissors that have been pulled apart.
That's cool.
Nice.
They're power
That's very
power
Yeah.
power scissors.
Power
Yes.
scissors.
Ben's like, if I must accept the title of leader, I will. I'm very scared of anyone else leading at the moment.
Bennett gets a response back when he pings Andy and just says, "Yes, come in." What's going on?
Hey, Andy. For some reason, we're having a bit of a leadership dispute. I was just wanting you to weigh in because there's clearly a badge on my armor that says leader, but we all want somebody else to lead.
And we can
Badge
clearly
on-
see that has been made out of like glitter glue and cardboard.
It's Sharpie.
Yeah, the badge. The badge actually says flip this over. No,
That says open
You-
other side.
they're the the bat and just as oh my god, I'm sorry, give me just a moment, I need a drink of water.
That's right.
Um,
Hydrate.
Yeah, you owe 2
It's all good.
hydration. Anyways.
Too
Listen,
much improv.
I'm gonna hydrate
And
it.
why do you think that you should be the leader?
There's some kind of cosmic pull. Something about red feels strong, but not strong in the sense of like masculinity. Strong in the sense of powerful,
Why would
authoritarian.
masculinity equal strong?
Well, I mean, I don't want to. I may be a toxic goth, but I'm not a toxic masculinist.
you when as you don't get a response back from Andy about the ship dispute,
Slept on
but you
red.
do hear
Slept on red.
you do
You
see
see smoke.
you do see Andy actually roll into the room where you guys
Oh
are.
God!
Yeah.
Act natural.
My
Oh,
We'll
and
suck
he's
for
gonna
this.
tell you in
You
person.
you are a very jittery human, and Andy just if a robot could laugh, like it's the sound of amusement, but it's he's an AI. His voice sounds slightly amused. He's an AI in a rolling ball.
Don't make me kick you
He's
down
an
the stairs.
AI.
Andy.
He's an AI in a rolling ball. But anyway, he says previous wielder of your morpher was the leader, but he came into it naturally with team that he worked on. Leadership, much like trust, must be earned amongst the team. If you
Uh-oh.
feel that someone
Oh.
else, if you feel that someone is fitting to the role, you must decide that. It is not for I to determine or for anyone else to determine.
It's Ven.
Guys, I think that I might just have the soul of a dead ex-teenager with unfinished business haunting my suit, and I think
You've
that
been
that's
saying that for years, Bennett.
what
This
I've been
is nothing
feeling.
new.
Bennett, you're like a track and field star. All you do is run.
Yeah.
See, see Andy's eyes start blinking as they roll slightly to look at Taylor before turning around to face a panel, and they say, I understand it is in my programming to understand and process the fact that this situation is a lot. And I understand that some of you want to train while others are having concerns about leadership. I would advise you to take some time today and think about it. I don't know. I am a robot. I don't know anything about human teenagers. However,
But you
it is
keep
also
hiring
not my
us.
choice.
You're like a McDonald's.
I am in the same position as you. I am doing a job. Someone else programmed me to do this job. We're not that different, you and I.
I mean,
And then
you're
Yep.
an orb. I'm not. None of us are orbs. Kevin might be an orb.
Wow.
oh my god, Ian.
Sorry.
You look good, Kevin.
Kevin takes
Taylor's
his
not
helmet
sorry,
off
but
and his little
Ashes.
chubby face pops out while he has a normal body. Like little
What do
tiny
you mean
body.
by that?
And he
Thank you.
fire.
Oh my god, this is so terrible.
You did do a really cool backflip, though. I did see that.
Thank you.
I saw it too.
Yeah, I think I could do it outside of the suit too.
No.
I
You know, but-
think
Kevin,
these powers are going to transfer to my real life. Really
Oh,
well.
Kevin.
I'll boost you again if you remember like an hour ago before we got our shit rocked.
Yeah.
Allegedly, when we did that cool backflip maneuver.
Yeah.
If you want to demorph and like try it, I will help you again.
Definitely. Maybe not now. I just wanted to, Andy, you're doing a good job. I know you didn't choose this, but you're doing well by your programming. I think you've chosen a really good group here.
Andy should be the leader.
Yeah. Andy, there's another morpher, right?
Yeah, Andy, there's another morpher.
Yeah.
There is a flash of like
Concern.
okay, so the lights no the lights where Andy's eyes are supposed to be go from like green to flashing blue and purple like panic. It's
Then
like
they
the
turn a solid
equivalent of
red.
panic.
I think you're
It's
It's
the
just
freaking him
like
out.
equivalent of
error.
robot panic and just says, I am here to assist and guide. That is outside of my programming and my protocol.
That's what
Like,
leaders do.
It's like, are
They
you
assist
kidding?
and guide.
Being a ranger is a death wish. Like...
I would
Are you kidding?
suggest
That's way
that
too
you,
dangerous.
Get
I would
fucked.
suggest that you all take some time after this training simulation and perhaps avoid the hard mode simulations until you are more experienced, and then you
No.
just click, 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 click.
No, Andy, we gotta get better.
Box the file.
We gotta get better.
Did you watch
Lock
us
it.
though, Andy? Did you see how good we went?
Please don't watch.
You have
We may be out of a job.
untapped potential.
Did Space Mum watch us?
No one starts off good, but as you continue to work together, you will become better.
Okay, no
And
one
then-
starts off good, but we were great, right? Like, we did amazing.
You look as Andy's arms like kind of come out of the rolly ball and just
Shrug.
do this thing, like it's like the robot version of a shrug. And
The
then
robot
when
version of
Choi,
Guess You'll Die.
at the question of Space Mom, there is the purple comes back again, but it's there's no blinking, so it's not like a strong response, but you get the confusion vibes, like Andy doesn't understand what the Space Mom reference is. Like, I understand human references, sort of color in his eye, in their eyes. Perhaps you might take some time today to rest. And if anything comes up, I will let you know. And
Wait,
Don't
we have a
say
question.
yes,
How do
please,
we
I
stop
will answer.
these from talking to everyone? How do we just talk to one person on these? Because I accidentally woke up the entire group when I was just trying to talk to Joy this morning. And then we heard Bennett take a shit.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
I like
I'm a
that
loud
they can
shitter.
talk to everybody at once.
I will attempt to reconfigure the communications array, and
Pop in a ticket to IT. Morphers.
I will work on this. I will work on this today, and
No
you
rush.
shall not. You should not have any problems. Your morpher, if I will work on this tonight, and I will let you know how this works as soon as it is completed.
No rush, Andy. Like, we don't need them to be that like private, because what if everyone decides to talk to each other and not to everybody and leave people out? So maybe just leave it as is.
Yeah, no, Andy takes some time, and
Ben's just gonna put
You
a
are-
hand on Kevin's
On-
shoulder, like, it's not gonna happen, buddy.
Oh, thanks. Well, that's
um,
what the last anime club said.
Taylor's just gonna, just to be a dick, she's gonna go, "Hey, Joy, do you want to hang out without Kevin later?"
Yeah.
Oh,
oh my god, you trolls!
Jokes.
Kevin's like, I'm right
Yes.
here, assholes.
Jokes.
Kevin's heart visibly broke.
Quit picking on my boy. I love Kevin. All of a sudden, I just want to fight everyone. Okay, I'm sorry. That's just me as a person.
Yeah.
I must be an impartial GM. You all
You can have a favorite.
wrap-
It's okay.
I mean,
A sphinx
the-
appears out of nowhere and steps on you.
I mean, favorite is a loaded term. It means a lot of different things. Like, Bennett's my favorite to torment. Ven is my favorite artist person. Choi is my favorite overworked Asian, traumatized Asian child. Kevin's my favorite. Please don't leave me out, sad child. Favorite is a strong word. I love you all, and Taylor's my favorite shit disturber. So, I one's my favorite in a special way. Speaking of which, you all like split up after this. You know, you've had a somewhat uneventful first day, but you did have that training. You all split up in your separate. You go your own separate ways for the evening. Let's do something fun because you know what? You got to temper the violence a little bit. I'm taking a break from inflicting violence on everyone to ask each of you this question. What does a day at school look like? This is like the second day of classes. You are all in your like last year. You know, how do you feel about like last year of school? I'm about to graduate, all sorts of stuff. Let's dig a little deeper with each of the characters. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. Choi's parents work early, so I get to school at like 7:30, so no one's there. Because school doesn't start till like, well, from what I remember, 9.
It's an early day for Choi. Goodness.
But it's a normal day for Choi. So I spend most of my time reading before I would usually head to the library to do like some cram work in before homeroom at 9 in the start of school. Usually during lunch, you'd have lunch with some of the people who are in band, and then at big lunch, he'd hang out with Taylor. But now he's going to hang out with his brand new Ranger friends, even Kevin. And after school, they have Center of Excellence in music, so they do like an after school subject.
Particular after school thing for Choi? Piano?
Yeah, it's pretty much piano and choir.
Cute.
Ooh, choir.
Choi is a second tenor.
Ooh. I have a question for you, just because I like digging deeper into my to the characters at my table. What is Choi's relationship to his music?
All his life, it's something he was told he had to do. He never really knew why. So he's been studying it since he was young. So it's a skill that he's learnt, and he's quite good at it. But at the same time, it's not something he's passionate about. He loves music. Don't get me wrong. He really loves music. He doesn't mind classical music, but he likes Taylor's type of music. So, like
The Mythbusters theme song.
the Mythbusters theme song, and Mayday Parade, and then
Did Bennett try to get him into screamo and all sorts
well,
of
Troy's
music like that?
Troy's receptive to all music, but his passion is nature and being a scout and overall just wanting to help people.
I love that so much. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
He does when he makes fun of Kevin, it's just like Australian jokes. It doesn't really it's it's not 100%. It's like 40-60. It's up to you which percentages you want to put those in.
I mean, I love the ambiguity. You never really know, do you?
No.
Okay, great. Let's check in with Ven.
Ven with a V?
Yes.
Ven. Sorry, I do not enunciate my words enough.
No.
Ven.
This has just been a confusion I've had every now and then. Cool. So Ven works with the high school drama club, working on costumes and stuff like that, as expected. And it's sort of their like true passion is just like making things with their hands. So they like sometimes they'll dabble in props or stuff like that, but it's mostly costumes. And so much so that they are constantly thinking about it. So in class, they're like supposed to be doing maths, and in the margin of the like paper, they'll just be doing little sketches or something like this, or like secretly trying to hem their pants. because they were dragging on the floor earlier, like without anyone noticing. Sometimes it works. Sometimes they get told off. So
I
they
have a
usually,
question.
yeah.
What play or musical production? What production is the drama club working on this year, this term? This year? Yeah,
Ecstasy.
I don't know.
The
I
only
feel like
the first musical that came to mind was Oklahoma, which is a musical that Axel does not enjoy, but it is like a it's set in like the late 1800s or something, like early
out of
1900s.
all the musicals you could pull,
It's because
Oklahoma.
that was the musical in high school that Axel went to, where I helped with makeup and
That's fair.
costumes. So I was like,
Like-
Ven also does not particularly care for the show, but it is like
No,
more of a
that's-
period piece, so they have a little bit more to go with, and a little bit more fun to make the costume.
One more question for you, because I find this very interesting. You have chosen the caretaker influence.
Mhm.
Now, in terms of the context of Ven's life, what does that look like? Like, where does their caretaker tendencies come from? Specifically?
Mostly like it especially shines backstage during a show night, which is the true nature of theater shows, is like costumes rip, buttons fly off, things get misplaced. So Ven's really good at coming up with solutions on the fly, and then like making sure that everyone's got their shit together, making sure everyone's okay, and yeah, quickly patching things up and just putting out spot fires behind the scenes. So they work very well under pressure.
I love that. We're gonna check in with Kevin next. Kevin, what's up, buddy?
Hello.
What's a typical day like for Kevin?
Well, the previous year, Kevin spent a lot of time with his anime club, but he has been gracelessly shafted out of that anime club. So he's going to try and he has lofty ambitions to create his own anime club that the others that kind of kicked him out. You know, he's going to create a bigger and better one. But that kind of culminates in him. He probably goes to the library. He has to get himself to school because his mum works quite early and isn't there. So he kind of walks himself in, manages to get to the library, 15 minutes before first bell, and still manages to play some kind of game on the library computer before going to homeroom, and then he usually kind of will rotate between the library and between classes, and but not like read. He'll just kind of like hang out in there and play games on the computer, and then come up with plans. He'll also the only books in the library he'll get are the How to Draw manga volumes, and
Oh God,
he's gonna which they have for some reason at the school library. And he's and he'll teach himself to try and draw, and he's gonna spend most of his first day drawing fight scenes of his new ranger friends. Kind of planning maneuvers.
it's strategic, like tactical maneuvers, but like anime.
Yeah, exactly.
Anime drawings.
Yeah. He's
I
he's
love
currently
Kevin
working
so
on
much.
one of Ven digging their daggers into the back of a giant beetle person. That's the current.
Hell yeah.
That's the current one that Kevin's working on.
And so Ven is very specific in their kind of art form. It's costume specifically.
Yeah.
What is Kevin's kind of specific relationship to his art?
Kevin's
Like,
relationship
is that
to his
something?
art is kind of like he he kind of dreams. He's a major weeb. He's currently living out his fantasy, but it's all about like being able to do these amazing things. But he doesn't, like, his body has always kind of held him back from that. So he'd always had his imagination. So being able to draw that kind of manga and anime version of it was a way for him to manifest that into reality in some way, you know, to being something that he probably couldn't have been under the normal circumstances he'd grown up under. So he kind of used anime as an escape and also as a way to kind of dream of being something in someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Taylor, what's up with Taylor on a regular average day, school day?
Before I say anything, just like to say that yes, we did have how to draw manga books at my high school. They were kept under lock and key by the art teachers because for some reason they had really detailed pages on how to draw boobs.
Yeah, they did. I remember
As
exactly.
they
Yeah.
should.
They had that.
Yeah,
like,
they were not allowed in the
they had
library.
like
You
the
were not allowed to borrow
the
them.
nippleless boob, but it was still very booby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had one that
Does
it was like the
Kevin-
nipples
is
were this
Kevin-
long.
Oh wow.
Is Kevin
It's so
is Kevin a pro at drawing boobs now?
Yeah, Kevin often sports a nosebleed while he's
Yeah.
while he's doing his how to draw a manga.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. So Taylor,
Yes.
average day. What does an average day look like? An average school day look like for Taylor?
So Taylor wakes up like half an hour before school starts because she doesn't need to drive Choi anymore because his parents are like, "You're not getting in that car." Probably because she makes him ride in the back of the ute. So she will like shove all her shit in her bag, whether it's the stuff she needs for class that day or not, and then just drive to school. She's always tinkering with something. Like, so English is mandatory in Australian high schools in senior
Yeah.
years, and she fucking hates
Sure.
it. So she sits in the back. They're like reading Romeo and Juliet or whatever. She's, you know, making a little machine or explosive or something. Just always fiddling with something. And she's the reason why no one's allowed unsupervised in the science rooms in the high school.
The Bunsen
But
burns.
The
no,
Taylor
I
rule.
was thinking more of she put sodium down the sink.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
Oh no.
just blew. It's just a little plumbing job. It's fine. She probably also spends her time in like the metalwork classrooms. Like she'll come out for lunch and just like hang out with Joy. But usually she would just spend her time alone building, just constantly making things. And yeah, she's in like science, she's in metalwork, she's doing like science and technology, which was a completely separate thing in my high school. She's doing like engineering. She wants to like leave Alderbright Cove when she turns 18 and like go to like some
Yeah.
prestigious university and like get a decent engineering job and just make money and never have to come back to a small town.
I mean, yeah, that totally tracks. So hold on, before I say something completely inaccurate and misremember things, check something really quickly. Where is the tab? Okay, yeah, no, you actually. Where does Taylor go for lunch? I know the might have spent some time together at lunch, but does Taylor participate in that? Does Taylor go and fuck off elsewhere?
No, she'd probably like spend a little bit of it with like Choi and friends, but
Yeah.
in general, I feel like she probably didn't really have any friends because, you know, in primary school she was building, I don't know, mud castles, and the other girls were like horses, and she was like, "Your horses are stupid," and threw mud at them.
Those damn horse girls. Those damn horse girls. Nobody likes a horse girl.
But yeah, I feel like she and Choi have a very close relationship, but she probably didn't have any other close friends growing up, so she'd hang out with Choi and her new ranger friends. I don't know, 15 minutes a day at lunch,
Solid
and then just
15.
fuck off to go weld something.
To go into the shop to do some welding, your bracelet emits a low beeping sound. Only really perceptible to you because it's like right there. And then a hologram of a hood figure appears on your wrist. And a low gravelly voice says, "If you're listening to this, you must be the sucker they got to replace me." And then there's a chuckle, of an amused chuckle, and then he says, "Sorry, bad joke." I know that this whole situation that you're in is a very confusing time, and it's weird, and between you and me, it is not something I would have chosen for myself. But chosen for a reason. Where they're the most brilliant mind that Orphan Grid has detected, or you are so physically gifted you could punch a hole through a wall. I was the one who punched the hole through the wall. I hope that you're the smart one. God, I hope you're the smart one. If you ever need guidance, into the grid. Trust your connection. That's where you'll find me. And then the hologram turns off.
Hila just watches that happen. And, because she's a teenager who didn't want this, she just goes, "Execute Order 66.
Bennett.
Yeah. Bennett
What's up with
usually,
Bennett?
yeah, he'll get to school at like the last second, pretty much every day, running. But he's always got his headphone. And it's mostly because it takes him so long to get ready in the morning. He's got to do hair spiky. He's got his snake bites clean. You got to spray him with saline spray.
Yes, yeah.
And he'll be listening to like Bring Me the Horizon on the way and pounding screamo whilst he. So he's very fit because he runs to school every runner. And when he gets to school, yeah, he's doesn't usually talk to too many people because he's always got his headphones in. So most people just don't talk to him. Even when he's in the hallways and not listening to music, his headphones are in, just turned off most of the time. And he's pretty chill. Like, he doesn't work super hard in class. He likes to distract other people and daydream and things, but he's not a bad student necessarily. He's just not disruptive.
So the last couple of days have been really weird for Bennett.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of his childhood trauma coming back in a very real way.
Yeah.
And, he's attempted to cover it up with humor a lot of times. The bit with Santa Claus that everyone kind of just shrugs about and accepts because they're not going to question Bennett. They don't
of
even
course.
really talk to Bennett, like people just kind of generally accept Bennett. Just, oh, that's Bennett. However, one person has Bennett's talked about it to one person, right? I think it was Choi.
It was.
I don't. So
Know about it and his deep dark murderous secret.
So so what is internally, not whatever he projects as this happy-go-lucky chill student, but what is going on internally a little bit with Bennett, because he's between questioning his position on the team and leadership conflict and everything that's coming back to bite him in the butt a little bit. Like, where is Bennett mentally right now as he's kind of going through the motions of life?
Bennett is pretty disassociative. He is trying to pretend like it's not happening, but he constantly has dreams about it, and like including daydreams and stuff. They just start to drift towards these weird things. Like he's been in combat now, so he is very worried about what he's capable of and what the people in the field are capable of as well, which keeps making him think back to his dad as well, because he used to always run from his dad, scared of him. And wondering whether that's how his dad.
Yeah. I have a really fun question, kind of just to end this session on somewhat less serious note.
Yeah.
You all have this bonding moment now of being in combat and such. If there was one person who would attempt to gather the team for something that didn't involve combat or training or being a Power Ranger, which one of you would it be? It'd be like, let's all hang out.
Kevin 100% plans on trying to recruit everyone to his new anime club.
Yeah, I would believe Kevin would be the one trying to get everyone to get together.
Like, literally first lunch, Kevin is trying to hunt everyone down.
Oh my god.
It's Kevin or Choi, or both of them together.
Kevin goes to Choi first. He's like,
I'm receptive.
Yeah.
Hey,
like, we have to, like, what if everyone joined my anime club, but then, like, it's an excuse for us to, like, do Ranger stuff. You know, if we need to.
Just wanted to say, I don't think Taylor meant to offend you yesterday with that joke.
Oh, it's okay. I'm used to it.
Ben is too.
Everyone's heart breaks.
Everyone's Kevin deep down.
Oh man, why do I feel like Kevin just needs a hug?
I hug Kevin.
Aww. Choi's a real one. Choi's a good friend.
Yeah, man. What type of anime are you into?
Oh, shonen. Oh, it's only shonen.
What's that?
You'll see.
I read manhwas. They're Korean.
Oh. Right. So, how do the others respond to this endeavor by Kevin? Let's go watch some anime together.
Yeah. All right. I'll have to make sure my mum's okay with it, but I'll come watch some anime.
Listen, it doesn't. Obviously we've got to watch a lot of anime, but it's also got to be like we can do planning and secret strategies, and I have some diagrams about maneuvers we could do that I could show you guys that I've been working on.
Wow. Okay.
And I've booked out the study room B in the library for the next 7 months ahead.
Oh, you did that.
Such a Kevin move.
Every lunchtime we have that over. That's normally the one the other anime club would get, but
Oh my god,
Fuck
Kevin!
those guys.
Kevin is so petty. I love it.
Oh, plot twist. The other anime club are evil bad guys
Dark
in
Rangers.
disguise. The Dark Rangers.
Kevin. Oh my god, don't joke about that. I can make it happen. Kevin just has like a board of like, here's my diagrams. Here's my diagrams of diagrams that I've made.
He's already magneted them up on the whiteboard.
Oh man, you have a
Yeah,
pie
no.
graph and everything.
Like, if we do this maneuver,
Yeah.
it'll work 50% of the time.
Exactly. See, we've all got to be more like Ven, who you see
Is the leader.
put the
Yeah,
bag in
Ven's
his
the
back.
This is so good.
Isn't that how the song goes, guys? Like, follow Ven the leader, the leader, like I would follow Ven the leader.
I
Like-
follow Ven the
Sorry.
leader.
Yeah.
So we got to face any obstacle head on instead of skirting around and running in the opposite direction.
Ven, your last name has law in it. You hold the law.
Son.
You are the leader.
As our teenage heroes hijack this study room
For
and
7 months.
with anime in the background to drown out their discussions of tactics and combat. I am going to end this session a little early to give people time to do outros and, do a little bit of our housekeeping before we sign off for the evening. I am going to ask everyone one by one, starting with Ven, what their favorite moment is.
Favorite moment. Oh,
Axel.
yeah, it's hard to pick. I feel like we had some pretty good ones.
A lot of stuff has happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am enjoying everyone one by one grilling Bennett for turning around and running.
Fair
Every
enough.
time that happens, it makes me giggle.
Yeah, it's great.
But I did very much like his name tag. Homemade name
Yeah.
tag. That is very
That was
Bennett.
great.
It's his Macca's name tag.
Benji.
My favorite moment was electing Ven as our clear leader. And learning more about Kevin. It's too close to home, Kevin.
Ash.
God, I don't know. Not immediately getting our shit rocked. I was genuinely expecting a TPK first round of combat. The fact that we actually managed to not die was pretty cool, and I appreciate that.
And George.
I don't know which side of the thing I'm meant to be on.
Mine was definitely calling Kevin an orb.
Wow,
It was-
that
it
hurt
was-
me.
It was such a
hurt me to
zinger,
listen
an
to.
accidental zinger.
So mean. I didn't mean it.
It's okay, I'm used to
Taylor might have, but I didn't.
No, it's become canon.
Sorry.
Oh. And Brendan.
I enjoyed. Oh, where was that? I enjoyed when Taylor got their lesson, like learned their lesson about
Taylor has
Yeah.
not learned a fucking
Yeah.
lesson.
But I just
Taylor's
love the
not learned
poetry
shit.
that exactly what you wanted to happen is Taylor got knocked out during
I'm
the training simulator.
So happy.
Yeah.
Like, I really thought it was just going to be turn around and boof, just
like,
gone.
just a king hit,
Just like,
team rocketed.
just like 2 boots and then the helmet falls to the ground. Like,
Great.
what about you,
know what?
Anne?
You're so. I
Oh.
love. Oh wait, I was like, I am out of the frame. No, I genuinely have a great time, kind of digging at each character a little bit further. I love character work. That's like my big thing in TTRPGs. I love like sending the giant sphinx simulation down just because I thought that was great. That was always the plan. The fact that it got Taylor unconscious and bringing Bennett's trauma back was like a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention. Trying to recruit Andy as the Black Ranger.
Yeah.
That was also one of my favorite moments.
Andy
I love
was,
the
like,
robot panic.
panicking.
Yeah.
Robot panic.
Do you want to be our leader, Andy? Silence.
Robot panic. It's purple and blue. Purple and blue means robot panic.
Silence
It's
is thus the
great.
default for these mentor figures. It's like, do you want to join our party, Andy? Do you have any moral quandaries about hiring teenagers for an intergalactic war?
I am a robot.
Where's Space Mummy?
Yeah, just kind of trying to flush out my little robot guy. Just this little guy. You know what? Let's do outros in reverse order. I think. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Oh.
Outros in reverse order.
Okay, does that mean me first?
That Brendan first. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, I've been Brendan, aka Brenzies, aka Kevin Jacaranda, the Pink Ranger. And you can find me through Split the Party on all socials as a cast member, and on all socials as Brenzies. And I am also part of the Nothing Negative Film Review podcast. So please check us out with me and Benji on all good podcasting platforms. Thank you.
Excellent. And George.
Hey guys, I'm George. You can find me at Sir Georgethy on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me over on the Split the Party YouTube channel, especially for more chaotic shit like this. You'll love Split the Party. So go check it out if you haven't. And thanks for tuning in.
And Ash.
Hey, I'm Ash, and I make stuff. You can find me at Ash Makes Stuff on all social media, except Twitch, where I'm Ash Makes Props. You can also find me this Sunday on the OzQuest channel in the Sword of the Skulls campaign, where I will be playing Lilith, the tiefling cleric, and bane of my DM's existence.
And Benji.
Hey, I'm Benji, also cast member of Split the Party. If you want to physically see me, head over to our YouTube and catch our follow-up on our seasons coming up to our new season. So check out season 4 of Split the Party, the show. If you want to see me with your ears, check out Nothing Negative Podcasts, where you can get on any podcasting or audio media site.
Excellent. And last but not least, Axel.
Hello, I'm Axel. I played the democratically elected leader, Van Lawson. I am at Bebingto on Instagram or at axel.mua. If you would also like to hear me with your ears, I can send you my voice notes app. I do not have a podcast.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw it back to George before I forget. We're gonna do a little word from our sponsor.
Yeah, guys, don't forget this stream is sponsored by Wooten Forge. They've got all those lovely wooden tabletop accessory products, and they're giving us a lot of stuff. It's really cool. I can't wait to see some more stuff that's coming. Secrets, coin, and don't forget to use the code Zephyr Storm whenever you're buying stuff from Wooten Forge, and you get 10% off. And we get a little bit of kickback, which we use to make more of this stuff.
Maybe they'll let me GM more.
Hopefully.
Maybe. I mean, you know. Hi, I'm Anne Ramos. I am the GM of Power Rangers Zephyr Storm. You can find me on Twitter. Nobody calls it X. Okay, let's be real. At XO_Girl Wonder, or you can find me on Blue Sky at thegirlwonder.bluesky.social. That's how it works, I think. Whatever. But you can find all of my stuff on my Beacons page. I have links to everything I do And let me tell you, I do a lot. I definitely do not have time to list them here. Beacons.ai/Girl Wonder. Those are all the streams that I am currently participating in. And there's a lot of links. Hundreds of hours of content of TTRPG actual plays that I've been a part of. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 3. Holy crap. They let me GM 3 whole episodes here, and I'm still invited back. Thank you so much. You can catch Split the Party's other shows on this channel. Thursday morning, Good Morning RPG here on Twitch. Matt Briefcase Brown does miniature paintings. That's what he does. He also is streaming Stray Gods, role-playing musical game, some point during the week. So make sure you follow this channel if you haven't already to get notified when Matt does that, because I know schedules. It's fine. We are going to raid our friend LNL Covers, who made our Zephyr Storm song. Total rock star.
Which goes so hard.
Hell yeah.
It goes so hard, and I've never had a theme song for anything before now, and it's so rad. So go say hello to him, because he's a rad person. I will see you all next week. No, I will not see you next week because my family is awful and they're dragging me off to the middle of nowhere.
On a holiday.
I will see you on a okay, it's not as bad as it sounds. I just won't be able to.
See you in 2
I won't be able to
weeks.
GM. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks for more Power Rangers Zephyr Storm, and may the power protect you.
Bye, everybody.